Adam Bavkar is the man in the middle, as hopefully the wind settles down for us for a bit longer in this game. And it will be Melbourne Knights to kick off. And we are now underway here in the second semi-final of Dockerty Cup action. That's Melbourne Knights. Patient build-up. There is a strong breeze pushing to the left of your screen. As the ball's into the channel, offly. In fact, it's Gian Albano. Can he get a shot away? Lays it off to Watson. Good challenge in there. The ball ricochets and Chance will be able to pick the ball up.
Look, I saw him play against Avondale last week. He went up to a defensive midfield role, and I feel like as a fullback, I mean, he's been pretty, useful for the Knights.
Well, here's a chance for Watson. Can he find a teammate? Flashes it in. Just two fist punches it away by Chan. Another swirling ball that they head back for a corner, so opportunity on the delivery here for Bulleen. Plenty of big players up as we got ourselves a false start.
Neither the corner flag nor the ball wants to stay where they're put.
Now the cross comes in, close to the keeper, over the top! Bulleen Lions make the most of the wind advantage, and Phil Petreski has scored straight from the corner.
Well, I mean, Chris, how often do you see something like that? Phil Petreski on the left boot, wearing the number 10. He's put it in straight from the corner, and that's what we were talking about just a minute ago. Taking advantage of the conditions that you have been put in front of, and Jordan Gifkins will be absolutely kicking himself that one was
up in this division, but
he's played a fair bit of football under Željko Kuzman, has Josh Knight.
In fact, it might be Peter Sarwan. So Peter Sarwan,
the touchline for a sub, so it'll be very interesting to see if Peter Sarwan can continue.
In the end, the referee, so we'll have to see that substitution now comes on Iki Jawadi for
Melbourne Hakoa, who are actually the second most successful Dockerty Cup team. So it'll be interesting to see how that shapes up over the next few years as more teams start to get their name on the trophy.
Such a historic trophy in Victorian football. As the Knights play forward, here's Watson. It's again looking to find that shooting range, and his shot goes wide with the left. He's got the overlap with Jurkovic. Once again, just the pass from Attila Offley is just
Scott Valetti or into the quad, but as you can tell from the discomfort, Scott Valetti's got to be in a bit of pain, especially with the cold muscles tonight.
So both sides been in a bit of the wars today.
Yeah, well, that'll be a big loss for the Knights if they lose Nikola Jurkovic, especially.
Jurkovic is the one being warmed up.
Yeah, it looks like Jurkovic is done for tonight as he goes straight off to the bench, and
he's the next one who might need some medical treatment. It was Jurkovic for Jocic. Knights make that change.
Well, Corey Saul will drop back into the defensive midfield role, and Luke Jurcic
goes out for a Bulleen throw.
Yeah, this will be the last opportunity here for the Lions, and not even that.
So Adam Bavkar signals for half-time here in the Dockerty Cup semi-final, and it is Bulleen Lions who have the lead. As we said, it's a real strong wind advantage in this game, and Phil Petreski was able to score direct from a corner, so it's Bulleen with the lead as we're just going to have a short little break, and we'll be back in half-time in about 10 minutes. Hello everyone, and welcome back here to the second half at ABD Stadium. A half that saw Bulleen Lions make the most of a really strong win advantage, and Phil Petreski was able to score direct from a corner. And in the end out finds Vulgaris, coming through like a steam train with Sewell. And here's a chance for Watson! And just after the half-time break, it's Hamish Watson who rolls his defender. And the Melbourne Knights are back level.
Well, like I was saying there, Chris, these first 5 minutes are going to be very important in the first half. And didn't think they were going to be that important, but Hamish Watson comes up with the goods and finds a way to get it past Chant, who has been pretty good in goals so far for the Bulleen Lions, but it is the Melbourne Knights 1, Bulleen Lions 1, 47 minutes played.
Sewell trying to flick it on the Knights. In the end, edge of the box, Attila Offley. Can he find the right cross? Well positioned, a wad, volleys it, and now the header comes in, and in the right spot at the right time once again is Hamish Watson, and he gives the Melbourne Knights the lead, and now they've got the foot into the Dockerty Cup final.
Well, Mohammed Awad, as he had the ball there, I thought maybe he might put this one into the back corner, back post, but Hamish Watson was there, and he did see a little gap between the back post and Chant.
Nikola Jurkovic having to make way for Luke Jurcic.
Wasn't heading into the goal, so it was smart there from Corey Sewell to not only head the ball back to his keeper, but put it in a position where if the keeper can't get to it, it won't. Jushins. Iki Jawadi came on for an injured Peter Sawan, and Luke Jurcic came on for an injured Nikola Jurkovic. And since then, in the second half, we've seen Vraneshevic come on for
to come off, and it looks like it might be Whitney. False start from Whitney, who has a joke with the fourth official.
There he goes. He thought Gian Albano came off the other side, as Gian Albano does hold
a few years ago.
Yeah, who can forget that 2014 run from South Springvale?
Wonderful work by the Knights. Offley, is it in the back? No fouls being given. It did look like it was a pretty solid contact in the back of Attila Offley, but once again Adam Bavkar, he'll just wave that away.
Yeah, it was Scott Belletti there who left a bit on Offley, and it did look like as Offley was sort of lining up that diving header that put those away. Previously, he did get a goal, I think it was 2 rounds ago when they played against the Port Melbourne Sharks in that, I believe it was a 2-1 loss at JL Murphy Reserve.
Again, the Knights clear it, and now Awad. Space has opened up for him. Now he looks to try to tease his defender. It falls back to him. Crosses for Watson. Just evades him, and it evades the back post as well.
We'll be making that substitution.
The fullback will be making way. Do you want to see what position Tawfiq will take? Jawadi slips over. It's going to open it up for the Knights. Corey Seal. So Sewell goes short. Here's a chance. Awad. He's onside. Mohammed Awad. And he shoots wide. Knights can stay on the attack with Sewell. And now Whitney. Awad's got Mullet in front of him. Crosses it in. Fired it in. Phil Petreski. Comes back to Awad. And once again he fires over the top. Just as teammates were looking for the cutback. In the end, the challengers come in. Bulleen, sliding challenge was late. Knights wanted to take the advantage, but it's going to be a yellow card. Looks like it's going to be presented on the far side there to
Calvin Whitney, I believe.
So Whitney has the substitute, thrown his body around. He's had a couple of fouls since coming on. Now it's a chance for Mikulic to chase after. Gifkin's long. Watson heads it away. Adam Bavkar looks at his watch and blows full time here. It is the Melbourne Knights who come back and defeat the Bulleen Lions, and they are into the Dockerty Cup final.
Straight from the corner, did find that back post, and straight from kickoff for the Knights in the second half. They were on the press, and it only took them about 90 seconds to find the back of the net. Watson with a nice turn outside the box, had a nice strike and found the back of the net, and then it doubled up just 9 minutes later in the 55th minute to make it 2-1 with a header at the back post, and even though they had opportunities to get a few more, those two were enough. And after a solid performance in these horrid conditions for football here at ABD Stadium, the Melbourne Knights have managed to get themselves into the Dockerty Cup final, where Hume City awaits.